basically gotta see. Odyssey racing the part of me. Sim racing my daughter V. Start to finish, give all to me. Odyssey basically gotta see. Odyssey racing the part of me. Sim racing my daughter V. Start to finish, give all to me. Odyssey ORL. 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 VSR all day, VSR my way. Real ones only get it. Say less, we straight. 59, never back down. If you didn't know, just ask around. Pull the draft on the front stretch. Turn one, they tap it down. Force the gap without contact. Feel the adrenaline off that. Under pressure from front to back. Another cup, one and keep it on track. You wanted more, I'm calling cap. Elvis out, come get it back. 50 drivers in the server. Hope you're ready for combat. Odyssey basically gotta see. Odyssey racing the part of me. Sim racing my daughter V. Start to finish, give all to me. Odyssey basically gotta see. Odyssey racing the part of me. Sim racing my daughter V. Start to finish, give all to me. Odyssey ORL. Odyssey.
Well, good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and enemies, table legs and tabletops. Round two. We are here for a very overcast Spain, which is in stark contrast to what the sunny Mediterranean destination would otherwise have to offer year round. I was there once during February, and it was very pleasant, actually. It was a nice, modest mid-20s. And today we're looking at just that kind of temperature, with 24 track temperature and 29 track temperature. Get your glasses on, Adam. And 24 ambient. And with that, it's your commentator and your guide for today's race is none other than Adam Ty. We are here for the GT3 and GT4 race season 20. Oh, is it echoey, is it? Okay, well, I might have to put some more filters back on and take the echoes out. How is that, everyone? Is that better? Okay, this might be a bit better. Yeah, it's two audio it's two audio things. I have my headset on and my broadcast mic. So now we're back. We're back. No more echoes. So we're good. So now we've got ourselves calibrated. We have a couple of cars on circuit, and that is the GT4s. Just a quick recap of last week. The action at Silverstone. It was Marsonis that was battling for position with, refresh my memory, please. Well, Marsonis was definitely up there, and he was doing some serious work, battling in the GT4s for the opening race, and what a spectacle it was. Let's cut to the other TV angles, get a bit more of the action up close and personal. We have just started our qualifying round. So not a lot to report on just yet. We've got lots of light blue markers, and of course those are experienced in the name of ACC would all know that this is not currently a valid lap. How are we doing, chat? Apart from the echoes, hope I haven't made you too seasick. You still with us? That's good. I like it. I like it. Here he goes. Marsonis in for his flying lap now. Steady she goes, coming through the first chicanes there. Oh, you're preparing to drive alone again? Oh, you got me in your ear all night. You can't be that lonely. Not when I'm here for it. Fear not, sir. Fear not. Marsonis is on for a pretty solid lap. For sure. Hopping over to... the current speed at the moment, or what he's looking for in terms of race pace. It is indeed race week, Andy is bored. Let's race at the back together. In time. Yeah, I would do that. You're sending it at T1. You go, girl. You go, girl. You show us how it's done. We're going to give someone else a little bit of love. As soon as Marsonis has completed a hot lap here, he has actually completed a lap, and he is currently sat third on the table. Very, very close between Charles and Schott. Actually, it's only nearly 4/10 off the mark. Let's see what Marsonis gets when he gets over the line. He is unchanged and not actually his fastest pace. We will come back to you, sir. Let's cut over to Griesel. He's currently sat 7th on the grid at the moment. We only have a couple minutes left in today's qualifier for the GT4s. Shortly after, we're going to have the AMs and Pro-Ams going out. Coming over the line, has he secured his time? Still 7th and not his fastest. Oh, it must be the commentator's curse on these fine individuals. Oh, it looks like Charles has actually hit the gritty stuff there. Maybe he's just had time out. He's had enough. That's driving for Mama Africa Motorsports. Actually, no, you've had your time, Marsonis. We'll go to Zoltkiss. Driving for Kellogg M Racing. Oh no, your livery. It didn't make it in again. We're going to have a look at this. I did, I promise. Uploaded every single one meticulously into their folders. So we're going to have a peek, see what went wrong there. All right, talk to me, chat. How has your week been? Are you ready for your next week, whatever you're up to? Is it your standard 9 to 5? Have you got an adventure ahead of you? Even if a 9 to 5 is your go-to adventure, that's also more than welcome in this conversation. For me, it's a 9 to 5. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the week ahead. And that's Kiss that is settled with not far off the pace, 155.14. So as it stands, it's Charles in pole position for GT4s. And Schott is second, Marsonis third, Borowick fourth. Great work, guys. Great work. We have some new liveries to showcase in today's race. Well, the screen definitely got a lot more colourful since those little tweaks have been made on my side. Currently watching Alderman racing for IRL Endurance Racing Team. So this is currently the AMs that are out on circuit, I believe. I could have sworn they were red. Maybe the colours change when you have GT4s on the circuit. Hopping over to Cizeron, who's, well, he's eating a little bit of dirt there. Wonder what you're up to. Definitely can't park there. That's a certainty. Lovely jet black livery there. Wonder if he's missing any decals. We have a couple more. We've got Trezor. It's holding up quite the fort there. Looks like Dickinson is eager to get past, looking for a gap. There he goes, like a sprung... well, spring, I guess. Go Hamza! Yes, Brahim back in with the support. Here comes Trezor. He's off. He's on his flying lap. We'll keep a keen eye on what happens there. We have a little bit more traffic at the back. No, we don't. We have Cruz, who's on the circuit. Lots of cars ready to go for the attack there. My screen is lighting up with all sorts of colours right now. Let's hop over to a car that is on their flying lap. Let's go to Roald Ordelman there, who we caught earlier as one of the first AMs that we were looking at in the category change. Eating as much track limit as possible. Ordelman absolutely not wasting any time on the gear shift, using as much braking through the engine as possible. Clean lines, clean lines. There he comes. He's coming over the line very shortly now. Certainly not on Brahim's radar, but we'll cut over to Hamza very shortly. That puts Ordelman... well, it looks like he hasn't actually got a valid lap just yet. So we'll check back. We will check back. Meanwhile, it's Levenstein. He's stolen the show with pole currently. And then just in front, I believe, is possibly, it's not Tom Lezzer, that's for sure, but he has actually taken second place for the time being. Kudryashov has taken third, and what is happening? It looks like Martinez has just gone and slipped in and taken that second place spot there. Fantastic work. Berardi is currently sat fifth there. Coming over the line now is Benkador. What's he got today? He has secured second. Second on the grid. What a mighty jump up the rankings there. Absolutely fantastic. Keep up that great work there. Cutting over to Kart. Konjic, that is, of course, he takes pole position. And Levenstein has actually taken second place off of Benkador just in those moments. And Sonmez, out of nowhere, has also stolen that position, pushing Benkador down the rankings very, very slowly. So Konjic is now sat pole position for the time being. Here comes Trezor. Trezor's currently sat 19th. Is he going to improve his current standing as he comes over the line? He's taken 18th for the time being. Not his current fastest. Of course, this is the commentator's curse. We can never tell what the actual times are going to be. And here comes Kudryashov. He's fighting for that position. 14th at the moment in class, but no improvement. Here comes Patrick Poret. You have your company. Is it going to be a curse? Is it a blessing? What happens when he comes over the line? He's now 21st overall in the rankings. Johnny Marsh, racing for Fitted UK, comes over the line, secures himself 23rd. That is in Pro Class at the bottom of the standings. We still have a few more cars out on track. Coming over the line is Piotrowicz. It's unchanged on his positioning. Car number 80, that's Terry Dunn, comes over the line. Looks like he secured himself 4th in category. And there's the time. And Levenstein, solid contender in these last few moments. What is going to happen as he comes over the line? Is he going to improve? He is! He snatches 4th right under the nose of Benkador. So we're going to take a short interlude now while we get ourselves prepared for the race at hand. Don't go anywhere. Well, I do apologise. There are still some cars racing. Just going to have a look at some of the cars in the closing moments. And it's Pudzikatis. Have I blessed you? Have I cursed you? You come over the line. I cursed you. No, I didn't. You made your fastest time, but it is not fast enough to put yourself in those standings. Now we are going to cut over to okay, and we are back. Well, that was quite a fast qualifying round. Lots of verbal garbage coming from my end. But nothing more than to get you in the mood and ready for this really hot and spicy second round here at Odyssey Racing League. So, Sonmez managed to take the steal the show. I do apologise, that was my my alarm. And he's managed to bag himself first on the grid. Currently racing for Baller Squad Racing, otherwise known as BSR. Yantiri there. Very fond teammate in the same colours, also racing for BSR. Konjik, the showstopper in Silverstone, if you cast your mind back on that race. Currently sat in 3rd. Samuel von Liebenstein. Benkador. And we have a very avid fan in the chat with us right now. Big shout out to Brahim being a corner of fortitude here for Hamza. Simon Kudryashov, racing for Driftfields Racing. Pudzikatis, I believe I got that right. I'm going to say I've got it right. Racing for Big Mac. Tom Lezer, TLK Racing. Simon Kret, Optimum Motorsport. What a stunning livery that. Do like those jazzy colours. It probably is, actually, Mai. Although you got 1 minute 30. Then you got your round lap. Yeah, I'll go for a turbo. Yeah, put some NOS in the back. You might be able to get somewhere fast. That's position 10. It's Alex Cruz racing for Winard. Roald Alderman racing for IRL Endurance Racing. Martinez. Moon back RT BMW. Verardi. He had a great race last week at Silverstone. Andre Espinoza. We still have a few more cars to get through, so I'll hurry up. Piotrowicz. Driving for... I can't read that. I need to get my glasses on. Enterprise. Terry Dunn. Ilya Melnik. Miguel Cizeron. I'm sure where your livery's gone. I do remember you having something very similar to an Art Deco kind of colourful livery before, but could be wrong. Dean Solomon. My Makarov. Oh, there he is. He's there. But where's your livery? Where's your livery? Alexander Kushner. Lucas Trezor. Paul Dickinson. Patrick Foret. Johnny Marsh. Patrick Cry. Oh, what happened to you? You teleported to Land of the Unknown there. Colin Hesse. TLK Racing. Andy Purcell. Bitted UK Motorsport. Kairos. Street Obsessions. Oh, I like the names, alluring. Mikhail Sokolowski. Michael Hutchinson, racing also for Fitted UK. Anthony Victor Sheppel, Double Yellow Motorsport. Jonathan Ford, Fitted UK. And Barry Dunn. Well, our cars have begun their formation lap. Sommer's leading the pack. Oh, you forgot your drink. I wonder how Mai's getting on. Is he moving? Or is he pooping on the move? I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like he's moving. You're going to have to hold it. Good luck. Many opportunities here at Barcelona. You changed number, did you, Mai? Let's have a look. Your car number 46. 100% most skilled. Quite a few Porsches out today. And it's very pleasant to see that the Audi R8's actually in full force as well. Represent. That's not many leagues that I see the R8 because of the challenging brake conditions that the car puts you in. I mean, I made the livery for you. It's just strange that it's not showing up. It's very strange indeed. Anyhow, jumping to the front now. Just double checking we're not missing any action here. We're coming up to the final few corners. Keeping it slow now. Hazards on. Let's get comfortable. Tension's rising, as is the adrenaline. Teammates side by side. Strategic wall of championship points at hand here. Are we going to see a surprise move from Konjic? Or are we going to see some upset at the front Let me know your thoughts in the chat. We are getting ready to go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. That's a green light and we're off. The 4 are tightly packed together. They're going forward side. That's 4 cars coming in, ready for turn 1. What's going to happen in that first moment? Let's get an aerial shot so we get to... Oh, look at this. It's all funneled in and Konchik has done it. He managed it from 4th, squeezed his way through. That's displaced the BSR team. They got back into a BSR sandwich. What a move there from Konchik. Absolutely stellar work. We have some drive-throughs. We have seconds added on. What is happening? Everything is going chaos. How do you do it, drivers? You just bring it out of nowhere. Checking that rear wing. Konchik seems to have some kind of error going on. It's Marsh back to the pits. Did he not get back in time? That means he must not have got back to his desk in time. His desk or cockpit, whichever he's driving on. Well, it is incredibly tight at the front. And also so tight at the back. If we're talking about tight, look at this. Oh no, it's Paul Dickinson. Paul Dickinson has been squeezed off out of the track. Thank you, Anthony Cruz, for the subscription to the channel. You have much love coming from me. Thank you, sir. That's Dickinson moving down a few places through today's race. We have a few more things going on towards the back with the GT4s. It is a bit of a pile-up. There's some GT3s tied up in there as well. Bonus Charles taking it down through the straight. A few flashes there from Kushner. Goodness gracious me. It looks like Hutchinson has made a move on Kral. Is he going to be able to hold it coming through the corner? He is. He's got it. He's managed to keep it under control. Dare I say, that's his teammate Purcell making the fitted UK sandwich there. I wonder how much added crunch that would have in your sandwich, sir. Taking full advantage of that slipstream. Kral has not let up. Keep getting kicked for no reason, so relegated to live stream for this week. Oh, I'm really sorry, Bartlett. That's really... I'm sorry to hear that. There's nothing more frustrating than being ready for a race and then at the last minute the rug is pulled on you and your internet connection just says no. But glad to have you in the chat with me today. Feel free to add any comments in the chat or anything you want to go and put more attention to. So Alderman is sat currently 9th on the race for the time being. Towards the back, keeping an eye on the GT3s. Right now it's Borovic, who is... Oh no, he's gone a bit too wide there. I wonder if that's the track limit warning. He's already got a 5-second penalty. Oh no, who's that? Who's that? That's Flint. Flint, no, no, no. Double yellow motorsport, that's a definite double yellow. Facing the wrong way on the track. Let's just do a rewind now and have a look. Maybe not enough, but we got to see some of that wrong way action there. So hopping over to Mr. Ford. He dropped back a few places. I'm unsure what it was, but being behind a GT4 can't be boding well. Oh, little bit of bump draft there. Not too many of those, please. We still need to drive. I heard there's a bug that if you do too much bump drafting, it messes with the server or something. Okay, so we have quite a lot of close action here with Dickinson and Kral. What a squeeze on the inside corner. pack is so tightly bound now. We have no room for error, especially in this pack, with 24th leading the charge. Dickinson holding the fort, with Purcell, one of his, I'd like to say, semi-teammates. Very close behind. Keeping an eye on the front, it's very cosy. Konjic has a half-second lead to Sonmez. Benkador currently in third. Stellar effort there. Really great driving. The BSR contingent still follows close behind. Yantiri there in the Ferrari. Keep going. Benkador with that race pace. JS, the GT3s need to stop bullying the GT4s. Their feelings are valid too. Facts, yes, to both JS and Bartlett. I couldn't agree more. There's nothing more frustrating than for GT3 just looking at their position, just slipping away with a GT4 back marker, holding them. Oh no, that's Cockett. He's gone and lost it on turn 2. Talk about commentator's curse. I shan't give you too much screen time there. I don't want to show too much catastrophe for your benefit. As we were saying, maybe GT3s need to stop bullying GT3s. Looks like Schotter's in the pits right now. Unsure what the reasoning behind that was. Marsonis, he's tucked in like towards the back. It's not the place that you would expect. Looks like Makarov is whoa. That was a bit of a close call, that one. The Mustang, very front heavy very front heavy, was able to withstand that little shunt. Looks like Hutchinson is managing. Oh, that's a bit of a shove and a push there. The Roaring Stallion marches on. And the Stuttgart Chariot in close proximity. Trying to test Hutchinson's limits there, coming through. JS, yeah, if you find the unflasher button, it's almost like the opposite problem of BMWs with their indicators. Very sad that Mr. Makarov's livery is not showing today because that's a car. That's off the track. What a car is that? That was a GT4. I'd like to say it's Flint. It is not Flint. Is it Foret? It is not Foret. Who is it? Who is it? I need to find out who it is. But we have some cars that have gone off. That is a spectacular error that's happened right there. Let's just rewind the clock and see what's happened. Arriving at the turn. Oh, it's a case of cutting in over the top. Don't know what glitched out there, but was very strange indeed. A lot of tyre slip. That Porsche really struggling to lay the traction down on the dirt. Oh, dearie me. On the battle goes with those cars. We have a few more incidences with our cars in the race. We have Tom Lezer, who's seems okay for now. Lots of position changes here. Putsiakis, Putsikatis rather. Do apologise. I see all these warning signs coming up on my screen on the broadcast tool, but not much to be said there. Konjic still leading the charge there. He has a 1 second lead on Sonmez, and Benkador still holding off F.A. Yantiri. This pack is doing it spectacularly. There's a pretty close race between Putsikatis and Verardi. Get a good old whiff of those tailpipes there. Oh, that's getting so close. Get to the right camera, please. No, Adam, sir. That is much better. JS, BMW indicators serve an important purpose. On their own, they don't work. But when you hit the hazards, you have a free parking pass. Maybe that's just a driving hack right there. I could get down with that. I could get down with that. More tips from JS in this series, I'm sure. Do you drive a BMW yourself? Do you have some veteran experience under your belt there, JS? Let us know. Terry and Espinoza. Well, need I say more? That is some close racing. Espinoza suffering a pretty nasty shunt from Sokolowski in the closing moments in Silverstone last week, coming through Brooklands. An innocent touch there. Oh, what a bit of space, please. Tom Lesser is blinking his headlights there, much to JS's comment there of, well, wonder if they can just snip the little wire for the blinkers. But Tom needs them. He certainly needs them. He needs to communicate. How else are you going to communicate? Can't do it with your brake lights when they're in front. Through they go. Done. And Espinoza. Oh dear. E36 suffering from rust problems in the underside. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. The race has certainly balanced out. However, Kroll is having a look at Kushner on the outside. He still has the outside, but I don't know if he's going to have the advantage of switchback. But it looks like Kushner has put up solid defence, but now he's on the inside, soon to be on the outside again. Is he positioned appropriately? He has the wheel advantage. He has got in front just for a brief moment there. He's biding his time. He's getting the wider lines. He is going to go for a push and a shove. He's got the inside line. He's done it. But has he got enough ponies to come out of the start of the next lap? Not quite, but I tell you what, someone else could squeeze through. And it wasn't Kroll. Kroll has just lost the position to Kretz in that moment of delirium coming out in that last corner. Kretz has shut the door. Wow, what a maneuver there by Kretz. He's just snuck in out of nowhere. Yeah, I've thought about this, JS, having proximity chat in racing games. You can imagine the amount of cursing that would come up. I don't think I would have enough time to hit the bleep button, to be honest. Remember, this is a family-friendly racing league, so we want to keep all the language kosher. No funny language. Although bad language can be a very, let's say, good term of endearment in those emotional moments. Well, this is quite the train behind Kroll at the moment. He currently has 21st, but overall, I'd like to... Yeah, he's 21st overall, but in the race standings, it does look like certainly in the top 10, that's for sure. Polite online game, JS, like you said. Although it would be nice to hear some of these delicate voices. And here at the moment, it's Sokolowski has gotten the advantage taken off him, and look at that up the outside. Is that Hesse? He hasn't. Oh, he's still got the outside. He's still got it. Has he got enough, though? Has he got enough? Has he? Oh, no, that's contact for both of them. And they both spin out on turn 4. And through comes a vintage UK motorsport vehicle. And I believe that is Purcell. And Dunn not so far behind. That's got to hurt on the position standings. Keeping an eye on the front of the pack for now. And Konjic is facing quite a bit of traffic. He has a GT3 and a couple of GT4s to contend with on this lap. Goes Sonmez, Yantiri, racing for BSR, 2nd and 4th, respectively. But in between there's Benkador, still holding the fort in 3rd. It's all about the times that they're going to take their pits. All a game of cat and mouse. The Antiri is really on those tailpipes of Benkador. Only 0.2 of a second separating them before the GT4 came into the picture. Towards the back, it's Dickinson and Kroll coming down the start finish now. Very twitchy work by Kroll, keeping the opponent in a state of indecision. Very twitchy work, or was that just a bit of server lag? Unsure at this point. Piotrovic is lurking behind as well, keeping close to Dickinson there. He certainly has some output coming out of that corner there. Glorious sound of the R8. Seeing Dickinson really pushing that Porsche to its limit. Beautiful sight. Looks like a car has managed to come off the circuit. I'm not sure what happened to Dickinson there, but we'll get a quick glimpse at that. Just give me a second. Oh, he's just pulled over. Maybe he was busting for the toilet, maybe? Who knows? Anyway, just keeping an eye on Konchik, of course. We need to make sure the race leader is doing a grand job of keeping the track well rubbered for the Trailblazers. Currently 1.6 seconds behind is Sonmez. Benkador still holding it in 3rd place and holding off Yantiri. Liebenstein, we haven't given much. Ooh. Cheeky back end twitch there. Very nice, very nice. Coming over the line there for Sector 2. The GT4 has had the signal. It is Bonus Charles. Very stout rear end of the Ginetta. Is he going to give him enough room? He does. What a move there. Leaving Kudryashov scrambling behind to find a gap through. Absolutely no problems, actually, coming into that corner. Bonus has just absolutely been a gent and lets the fight continue. Oh, we have quite a fight between Sokolowski and Hesse. It's almost shoulder to shoulder. Not a corner you want to go shoulder to shoulder on. So for now, in standings, Bonus Charles is leading the pack with 1st place. Oh, that's a off-circuit bit of action there. Let's just rewind that again, see what happens as it comes into the corner. Not enough time, Mr. Ty. Not enough time. And cutting over to Solomon, we haven't seen much of. The back road GT racing. He has the delight of Piotrowicz to take a position off. And in front of that is Kral. Fight for position here between Dunn and Leder. And in terms of standings for the category, we are looking at a fight for fourth. And he is teasing Dunn there. But to no avail. Dunn is undeterred, holds his line and carries on racing. I think at this point, Mr. Leder, you have to commit. And commit to the pit he has. There he goes, he's in the pit. There we go, that's one of our first pit entries. In they go into the pits. And Flint has just stopped on the circuit. What is going on? That's oh, has he just left the server? I think he's gone. Okay. I think that was a server disconnect, potentially. That's a very unfortunate end to that race. Cutting to the back here with Dunn tackling Hesse in the McLaren. Looks like Dunn's had a little bit of front end touch up. To which car that is, I don't know. Tell you what, that's not much lateral traction there. So I wonder if Dunn needs to come in with a bit of chassis repair potentially. Classic BMW parking. Yeah, you make a really good point. It was a BMW, wasn't it? At least he was seen. Very bright colours. Yantiri. My tools are going off about these two. They have been fighting so hard. The two Ferraris, green and blue. Now, it looks like Dickinson and Piotrowicz are at the start of this long straight. Has he got enough pull coming down? He does. He's done it. He pulls it off. Dickinson manages to slip in and take 19th straight off of Piotrowicz's hands. But Piotrowicz has more exit speed after those two S's. Yeah, there's some drive-throughs. There might be from the pit stops that they've taken. Position 8. Berardi. That was not a pit stop. Well, he's taken his either his pit stop or his penalty. Taking it like a champ. And back to Yantiri. So many penalties already. Must be the success penalties combined. And a little bit of first lap action. As we all know, we penalise heavier than most leagues in a bid to keep the racing as clean as possible. And it gets even tighter when it comes to the first lap. I'm the fine one to talk. I'm currently hiding from, I think, 8 penalty points. I'll come back out of the woodwork when enough time's elapsed, I think. Once the heat's died down, you know? Looks like Purcell is in the pits at the moment. Potentially prolonged time. It's 143 seconds currently. It's quite a long time. Might be some repairs on chassis and bodywork, as well as the necessary fuel and tyres. Dunn and Hesse still going at it. These two are like peas in a pod. They never separate. Nor does the racecraft sour. Heading over to Kyrus now. He's... well, it's Hutchinson. It's just in the front there. Hutchinson's just ducked into the pits. Kyrus has a free run now. Target in sight is Roma Cott, who hasn't had much screen time at all this race. One of the few Nissans here on the circuit and in the series. Some say is a bold choice. Looks like keeping an eye on Espinosa. What's happening to Espinosa? He seems to have disappeared off my radar. That's not what we need. Not what we want to see either. Quite a common theme here. A lot of cars are experiencing some disconnect issues. Makarov is in the pits, getting his tyres done, getting his fuel filled up, ready for round 2. All of our front runners are still yet to take pits. Hutchinson looks like he's making a escape back into the race. Currently sat in 20th, but has that advantage. And that advantage, I dare say, if he carries on at this pace, we'll certainly see him fly up the grid standings if he were to catch up with the rest of the pack. Liebenstein is currently in the pits. Koutsoukakis has taken 8th off his hands, as has Trezor. Soon to be Cott. There he goes. The pack is balancing. Now let's have an eye. Let's keep an eye on these two. Gap has started to form between Yantiri and Bankador. Whatever tactics you're employing there, Bankador, you are doing a grand job. Liebenstein has just finished the pit stop. 32 seconds. With 0.7 seconds between pit stop complete and engine start. Great reflexes. Brilliant work. Jake Cockett has made a comeback onto our screens. He has done his pit stop. Currently got a GT4. Well, the name of Marsones just in the front. Cruz has just finished his pit stop. I believe you can see him on the grid standings currently. And Martinez has snuck into 5th. Quite a clean bill of health on that front bumper, I believe. I can't tell if that grey is part of the paintwork or not, but does look like he's doing rather dandy. Rather dandy. A lot of fatalities in the by way of pit stops. Sorokin just lost a position to Cruz, also coming out of pits now. Konjic, however, well, need we say more? League of his own. 5.8 second lead on Sonmez. I believe that is Tom Lezer just in front. Pit window only has under 9 minutes now. Bencador has dived into the pits. Dickinson slips by Alderman, taking 13th place. Yantiri is enjoying 3rd position. And the duo are reunited. The driving at the front has been quite stellar, hasn't it, Brahim? It's been quite the elegant ballet. Liebenstein and Bencador now. The race is on between these two. Getting the cockpit view. We have a stop-go 10. Sokolowski. Wonder what that was a penalty for. That was a manual penalty delivered by our stewards. Shaken but unstirred, he continues his race. But that is going to hurt in the the driver standings at the end. Let's hop over to Liebenstein again. And we're now starting to see some defensive work by Bencador. Bit of a switch. We have a Audi in the mix. Is that? Quite possibly is Konjic. Yes, it is. Now, Konjic is an interesting opponent. As we all see, he certainly leads in pace and consistency. So it would be interesting to see how Konjic holds up Liebenstein here. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's doing this. I really could not tell you. I could try and close down a few apps and see if that fixes the problem. Unsure if there's any raunchy episodes of Netflix going on downstairs with the rest of the household, but we shall find out afterwards. Maybe some dedicated port forwarding to ensure the stream isn't broken in future. Hesse has completed his pit stop now. On his way out. But Martinez and Dickinson. This is a battle for 8th. Well, Dickinson has ducked out. It's that commentator's curse again. And now it's up to Martinez and Alderman. Martinez has a bit of a problem in his hands because that Aston is an absolute powerhouse when it comes to straight lines. have a car that's just passed at the back. It's car number 13, I believe. Poudoukatis. Currently sat in 9th. Dickinson is currently in the pits with no signs of losing more places. Leto tears on through and takes 10th, and Kairos coming through now. As my guardian angel in the chat, named Odyssey Racing League, has said, some cars may also be experiencing a little bit of network connection challenges, which might make the stream a little bit not so steady. Not so steady. Going back to Martinez, it's now Kudryashov is the next in line. Now, usually, in my experience, it comes down to in the pack of 3, it's usually the third car that gets the best advantage in any overtake situation that goes sour. So we'll have to keep an eye on what happens here, but the Mustang has quite a considerable gap on Martinez. That's Kudryashov driving the number 47 Mustang there. We're 20 laps in now, and we are well over the halfway mark. You had to quit. Andy, you had to quit. Or you had no choice. It wasn't because you were bored, was it? Which car were you driving, Andy? Was it the BMW that was parked the wrong way? The stream is better. Stream is better. Interesting. I closed quite a few apps down, so it must have been the apps causing the problem. Believe it or not, I had Task Manager open too. Last I checked, that fits in the realm of bloated application use. Let's head over to the front. It's Konjic. He misses his first place spot, and he's letting Benkador know about it. Fight for second. Liebenstein is being left in the dark, it would seem. What's this? We see Alderman has gotten a drive-through. Alderman's got a drive-through. That must have been from pit entry. If there's anything worse, it's when you've made every effort. Yeah, it was a pit entry. Currently in the pits at the moment. He's on his way out, and he's going to be greeted. Oh no, he's just cleared it. He has just cleared. There's nothing worse than being told by your race director that you've got your penalty. All that hard work goes down the drain. Purcell has hung his gloves for the race, still sat in pits, but like an absolute hero, refrains from ducking out of the server to avoid server connection inconsistencies. We'll watch out for these two, but Benkador is doing a fantastic job keeping Konjic at bay. Brett is fighting Kral for 17th. We lost a few tenths in those few moments before I hopped over, but all seems well. Nothing too nefarious. Now, what happened here? Piotrowicz and Dickinson Looks like there was a bit of contact between these two. Hesse and Hutchinson make their way through. Let's just have a quick peek at what happened there. It does look like there was a bit of contact on that sweeping right-hander. That is turn 3. Now Kret and Kral. Looks like we might have missed something that happened here. Let's just rewind and see the overtake action happen. Coming in wide. It looks like Kral had the advantage, shoving Kret wide, and it did look like there was a few blinkers going on there. Oh, crikey, 24-hour race. Tell me more. What happened on this 24-hour race? What circuit? What platform? What car? Was it a BMW? Right, Konjic. Well, we all know he's not going to give up too easily. Certainly a lot later on the brakes there. We have a yellow flag. Solomon. Looks like he might have cut the track a little bit too much. Kret is back on Kral's case. We have a GT4 sandwich. Or the GT4 yield. Yes, he does. Making way for Kret. Having to gain back some more time. Some more GT4 traffic here. Trezor. Keeping Alderman busy. Alderman manages to keep up really tight to Makarov's tailpipes. Oh no, this is a run. He just had the edge on him. And whoa, whoa. Look at that. What a move by Makarov through the S's. Jeepers. And that, ladies and gents, is the beauty of a Porsche. You can just play with the brakes and absolutely send it. Beautiful footwork. Piotrowicz is facing a little bit of code yellow. In both hazard and in team colour. He has the slipstream. Piotrowicz puts up the defensive. Shuts it out. Oh, look at that. Comes straight through. Who is this coming through? Is it a back marker? Is Hutchinson a back marker to those two? Benkador, it was indeed. Whew. I was having a moment there. Almost a hot flush. But we're safe. We're fine. Commentary booth is safe and sound. No need to send anyone to help. We're good. Konjic really finding this a struggle to get past Benkador. I think he's just waiting for his moment to pounce at the right moment. That's some serious track cutting there. I wonder if they got a warning for any of that action. We shall find out if it's more and more repeat offensive. It was, dear Rosso, it was indeed. I loved it. I did manage to contain myself though. So that's all good, that's all good. So Alderman, speaking of that grand manoeuvre, Makarov is doing a great job of putting up the defence there. All a question of how long is he going to keep this up. This is tough work, keeping a formidable opponent at bay. There's just no room for error. We've got 15 minutes exactly now left on the clock. I put that roughly 8 laps to go at most. Oh, he's got wide, and there's a little bit of a touch. They carry on. The steadfast back end of that Porsche does not move a millimetre for the British V8 monster. We're going to see a repeat of the last lap. I don't think we will. He certainly has made an advantage, Makarov. Coming back to Konjic. It's where most of the action is happening. Benkador, buddy, hang in there. Brahim is rooting for you. Come on, chat. Who do we think is going to be winning their places in today's race? We still have Bonus Charles sat in for pole position for the GT4s. And not with much challenge, may I add. 26 second, maybe nearly 27 second lead on Zsolt Kiss. And then behind that is another 17.5 seconds to Victor Scheppel. Full name is Anthony Victor Scheppel, actually. I stand corrected to myself. Scrolling up the field, we are taking now a look at Trezor, who isn't in the lead for the Pro-Am class. But he is holding off Berardi. Berardi is battling for that crucial position. 6th place in group standings. But he is not letting... Oh, it looks like he's gone off shot. What's happened? He's made a move on the inside. That's Berardi. He's taken it on turn 1. Look at it go like an absolute Italian rocket coming out the S's. Now managed to secure 1 second lead. What an absolute manoeuvre. Now we've got something cooking here. It's going to happen coming into turn 1. Not committed enough, Mr. Dunn. Mama Africa Motorsports, the goated GT4. There he is. Much love from the chat at the moment. I'm still looking at the race at the moment between Benkador and Konjic. We're just going to get a sneaky onboard there. See what kind of handwork and footwork's going on in this R8. Oh, a bit dicey. He lost a couple of hundredths. I'm putting him 4/10 behind. Very exciting stuff between these two drivers. And look at that. It didn't take much time to catch back up. Flirting with the edge of 3/10. Big shout out to Benkador Defend with your life. That is the flavour of the chat. We can do this. Cutting over to Alderman. Giving Cott a lot of problems. Now, because I do like my my onboard shots, we're going to have a look at what happens at this drag race coming into this corner. Good grief. Alderman does it. Not without taking it a little too wide, though. Adding to the pile of track cut warnings, I'm sure. Now, Konjic, this is, he's got to start making some moves soon. And the trouble is, this is, well, I don't know where he can make the manoeuvre. It's all going to be about traffic, I think, which is what's coming up. We have quite a lot of traffic, actually. Roughly 3 to 4 laps to go, by my estimations. Ooh. And that GT4 cutting it a bit fine. Yantiri lurking in the background. That Camaro hitting the curb a little hard coming out of the exit. Look at that, he's got the pull on him. Is he going to make a move on him on this turn? He is not. Benkador manages to hold down third place. I do apologise, second place. No risk of losing position. However, at the back, we just had quite a position change. We're just going to dial back the time very quickly to see what that manoeuvre looked like. It looked like Piotrowicz just had that much more speed arriving at turn 1. Marsones, well, it's not his circuit. Still has to take a pit stop. What is going on, Marsones? You need to go. Stop holding it. It's bad for you. We all know that. We have some opposing support here. Getting Kosniak. Is that how you pronounce it? Stream is buggy again. Now tell me, is it a particular car that it's buggy on, or is it on any car? Oh, he's doing his best to lure him. Benkador is not bothered. He keeps going. Any more in these last few moments. There we go, over the line. Great driving, guys. Great driving. That's into the cars at the back. We have Marsones. And we have Poutsakatis coming over the line there. Securing 15th. Kret is still coming round. Looking for 16th place overall. Let's not forget, we have some extra cars at the back. About to complete. And coming over the line. Great work, guys. Excellent.